don't know, a bit of a personal question or intrusive question, but there's a lot of talk about money with the music industry now.
Right.
Like, there's all that kind of early, buzz and endless touring. Does that have benefits financially when you get to that hiatus? Can you like relax a bit
Well,
financially?
yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, like, on one hand, yeah, if I'm being very honest with myself, on one hand, yeah, the relentless grind and the inability to find any sense of perspective outside of band life was I personally found that very difficult. But in the back of my mind was, well, just do this for like 5, 10 years, and I can I can live I can live fairly comfortably off of that. I'll be fine. So it's worth it. And yeah, it as much as it sounds like I'm complaining, I'm still glad I went through it. Obviously, I wouldn't change any of that at all. I wish we'd had a bit more, mental health support or a recourse to actually uh, dealing with some of the pressures of life as a musician. But I mean, in terms of what it afforded us, we are incredibly fortunate, and I've been on the other side of it. I'm in a band now where it's we struggle every day, and the other members are always like, I don't know if this is ever going to work. And uh, I've seen now particularly how I don't know. I mean, the industry is always the creative. Every industry is exploitative, but like the particular way in which the creative industry is exploitative is the quality of that has definitely shifted markedly. And aside from the pittance you get from streaming, like the other thing is I'm not an AI evangelist, and I'm not an AI naysayer either. I don't really have a huge opinion on it, but like what I do know is that the likes of Daniel Ek would love to cut out the musician entirely, and is can't wait until like AI is just making all the music, so he can flood his platform with it, and um, and that's a huge shift, and that makes life even harder for musicians now. And I think the pandemic fucked things up as well. I think a lot of people who were regular, uh, you know, people who attended gigs regularly just stopped coming back, and the pop paradigm went up, shifted another gear. So like people are way more into the likes of Taylor Swift or whatever, and quite happy to save up or spend most of their earnings on like watching her a couple of times a year and like dropping 2, 3 grand on that experience versus like low to mid tier like or more grassroots groups like getting that support from a live audience. Um, in Block Party, we were very lucky to have gotten our foot in our door when we did before everything completely changed.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's mad, isn't it? Like I was looking at Paul McCartney tickets. It's also one saying like he's playing in Manchester soon, and it's like 130 quid minimum.
I mean, it's
That's
ridiculous. I
like
mean,
the worst seat in the place.
when did that become when did that become a norm? The mind boggles. Like, I was like, I remember I was on like Ticketmaster recently, just looking at ticket prices just for fun, and I was like, oh, whoa, Boy Genius. Well, they're ostensibly like an indie supergroup, but they're playing arenas now. I wonder how much their tickets are. And I was like, what the fuck? Who's paying $200 to watch Boy Genius? Like, the most anemic group of all time. And it's like in an arena. Like, wow, okay. Like Ticketmaster have an awful lot to answer for, and I understand like in the United States, like Congress is making moves to try and break up the monopoly, but I think the damage has already been done. Personally, I don't think there's anything you do now.
Hmm. It's just how I don't know how someone like McCartney, who's like what one of the richest people in music, what process does that go through to like? I don't know why he needs that money. I don't understand. Is it all the other people involved that think right, we can make some serious money here?
Well, absolutely. I mean, promoters aren't going to like undersell, or they're not going to like underprice Paul McCartney tickets. And
Mm.
I'm sure I'm sure someone like Paul McCartney doesn't really have much say, or even really cares to have much say in the matter. He's not like he's a very old man. His brain's completely gone, and like he's got more money than God, and like he just wants to play a few gigs before he dies, and like all right,
Yeah.
whatever that takes, I'm sure he does it. You know, like that's really that's a lot of it. But yeah, I mean, in the US, Ticketmaster has the monopoly, and they are. I mean, it goes in tandem with the economy, right? Like the cost of living crisis, like and inflation, and like you know how much food costs now, and everything else. Like all these huge companies are like continually spinning this message that everything's become too expensive. Like we've had to raise our costs and stuff. They're making record profits. They're all a bunch at the end of the day. I mean, that's what they are. They're lying to all of us, and like so is Ticketmaster. Like, there's no need for anyone to have to pay $200 to go and watch Boy Genius play. It's just like it's a complete swindle.
When you say they've got a monopoly, what do you mean?
They're the only like the main, pretty much the only way you can get tickets in the United
Right.
States. Like Ticketmaster and Live Nation are like, you know, they're all in cahoots on this. So it's the same with record companies too. I mean, like everything's under the umbrella of like who the four big ones, like Universal's, Warner's, Sony, and you know. So it's like once they have that much power, they can do whatever they want, and they can say whatever they want, and they expect that people will just suck it all up.